No, we're off.
Okay, yeah. So I just started with
with yourself.
With myself. So Mary Dolan.
Yeah.
I was Coppinger, and my mother was Mary Ellen Coppinger. She was Connelly before she got married, and she was the public health nurse here for in the Moylough area for 31 years.
Brilliant.
So she went to boarding school she didn't board, she boarded with an aunt in June to do second level. So she went to the presentation and did her leaving cert.
Very good.
In 1938. And I can tell you, very few did their leaving cert.
I was just going to say, a lot of women went and did that. She was determined.
She loved the study. Loved studying. Yeah, loved studying. So in March 39 then she started
nursing.
In Dublin, nursing, training in what they called the Fever Hospital in Cork Street in Dublin, which is now closed and is a clinic.
Okay.
So she did that for 3 years, so that was 39 to 42.
During the war years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then in 42 she went to England and went to London to, you get the name of the hospital anyway there, Bethnal Green Hospital in London, and did her general training. So that brought her up to 46. And 46 to 47, she went to Birmingham and did her midwifery. She could not do it in Ireland, you see.
So she was...
And she loved
several years training.
Seven altogether. She loved the babies.
And did she have any memories or stories from the wars? And like she would have been there when the bombs
she was
were
there
going off.
Yeah, the main thing Mammy would always say was that nurses were taught so much of during the war years, and particularly when they went out, they wore their uniform. They had their uniform and a cape over it. I have no photo of a cape, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
Unfortunately. But they had a cape over it, and when they went out, lots of little small shops would give them groceries. They would be allowed into the cinema for free. They'd get in free to the dance if they were allowed to go to the dance, remembering that they were in the hospital
campus.
So
there was rules.
That's a very posh word. Yeah, I can tell you.
So there'd be rules and regulations.
Very much so. Very much so.
Oh yeah, at the time.
There'd
be no devilment going on.
No, at all. But the thing was that they were taught so much of. She remembers London being bombed and never where she was specifically.
But the injuries would have been coming into her.
And she didn't have to look after injuries where she was. They were only training. But they would hear horrific stories.
100%.
And she had a lot of memories of the war. She went to Birmingham then, and the war was over.
Yeah.
So it was a quieter time.
Yeah.
A quieter time.
And she loved the babies, you were saying?
Loved the babies. Oh. Yeah, loved babies. And
did her training.
Did her midwifery. And there was a job then advertised in Roscommon Hospital. She applied for that and got it. So she came back to Roscommon. And she worked there. I think she was there, but she always says 18 months, whatever that was exactly. So in 1951, a job came up for, they were called district midwives at the time. And that job came up. I think actually it was in Roscommon district, and she applied for it. But didn't one come up in Galway? And she applied for that as well, and she got that one because she wanted to come back home.
And home where she grew up now was
Briarfield.
Briarfield. Okay, and was there a big family in that?
There was 9. She was one of 9.
And where did she come now?
She was the first, second, she was the 4th.
Okay, so she was a middle child.
Middle child.
And she was determined.
Of course, they all cried when she was going to England. And when she came home from England, she brought home a few clothes. She had 5 sisters. All the other sisters got the clothes. And by the time she was going back, she had nothing. She had to go and buy again. She had to go and buy again.
So they're all excited when they're coming home.
Yeah,
she'd have all the latest style coming back from London.
Probably once a year.
Oh.
Probably once a year.
And they lovely memories.
Yeah, great memories.
Great memories.
Yeah.
So what year would she have been born roughly?
She was born in 1919.
1919.
Yeah.
And when did she pass away
the
then?
10th of November 1919, and she passed away. She was 91, so she passed away the 19th of December 2010.
Wow, she lived a great age.
19th of December 2010.
Great age.
Great age, yeah. Actually, her brother passed away, who also lived in Moylough. Paddy Connelly.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 hours before her.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and 2010, December 2010 was the awful snow and frost. Can you
That's
remember
right,
that?
I do.
Coming up to Christmas. And we said, how can we have all family coming to Moylough for 2 funerals on 2 separate
I'm
days?
trying to get them. Yeah, I know.
So-
and the ground frozen.
Yeah, frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing they did was clear that driveway here, our neighbours. The first thing. So yeah.
Doesn't
they
community
were
play a
both-
big part in it though, when it comes
Oh,
to stuff?
sure, it's everything for a funeral. It's
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
funerals.
But how important she was as well.
Absolutely, that was, yes.
Because they would have had loads of memories of her.
Yeah.
Coming in and
Yeah.
out as a district nurse and a midwife.
Yeah.
And a lot of the
Absolutely.
babies that time born at
Yeah.
home still.
Oh, the
When she was
girl,
going
the
around.
majority were born at home.
Yeah.
The Galway County Council then took over. As a matter of fact, now I have it. Sorry, now
You're all right.
For a minute.
Yeah.
You want.
You're okay?
I have it here now. I have it in another little book. I'll show you a snippet now. I'll show you a book.
Oh,
See, I
that's
back
good.
it. Brought out a book, and Marie Mannion was the instigator of it.
Okay.
Of Life and Times in Moylough from years ago, and all the ladies, including Marie's man now and all that, all wrote
A little piece for it.
a little piece, and Mammy wrote about the district.
Oh, brilliant.
Right.
Oh,
There you go.
look it.
Now she must have given Marie that photograph, but I don't have that photograph. It's not important. I never would want it. It doesn't matter at all. Once we have these
The
ones,
babies
I
with
don't
them.
care. Yeah. So that was in England as well.
Yeah.
But Mammy has it there about how the district, how the councils were running the districts, and then the Western Health Board took it over.
Okay.
So we won't go into it, but you can take a
I'll read
photograph
it.
of that.
Yes, I'll take a photograph
Yeah,
and I'll
take
read
a
it.
photograph of
That's
that.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's great to have.
You know, so you'll have that for
Isn't that
afterwards.
lovely?
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a brilliant book. That was Mammy's own book, actually. I
Aw.
didn't even have one myself. Mammy gave me that about a year before she died.
And what year was that
now?
book done now?
2001.
2001.
Because
Yeah.
it's Joni and Marie.
Brilliant.
And yeah, Marie probably has this book
She
herself.
probably
Anyway,
has.
I'm quite sure she has.
Oh, did
It's
she?
probably in the library as well.
Oh, I'd
You
say
know,
so.
Yeah.
I'll just take a picture of it anyway. We'll have it
yeah,
in part of our little...
portfolio.
Yeah.
As such.
So
yeah.
has she spoken about any memories of doing the midwifery around?
So, yeah. And did they ever come in the summer? No. She didn't. Mammy always
Babies
said,
always do the winter time.
middle of winter.
Perishing.
Yeah. And you were given a bike. They gave you a bike.
Yeah. You bring
or
your
so
bag
nobody
with you.
cars,
Yeah.
and no allowance. You were travel allowance or anything. No, you had a bike.
Yeah.
So Mammy would cycle up with
In the
bag,
perishing
and,
cold.
yeah, if it
Oh,
was
God,
very, very wet.
Muck and...
Yeah, if it was very, very wet, Father Murphy, he had a car. He would come and bring her up, parish priest at the time. He was parish priest for like 100 years, I think. Anyway, that's not true. That is not true. It feels like
But he was here forever.
He was.
Yeah,
He
you have
was,
lots
yeah.
of time here with
He
him.
would
Yeah.
bring her up.
And look after her up
You
there.
know, yeah. No, he would leave.
Yeah.
But he would, yeah, it was very, very wet and very cold. But she went up there cold nights. And mostly the babies were healthy, born healthy.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, no epidurals, no pain
Oh,
relief,
not at
no
all.
nothing.
No.
God bless all those ladies
Yeah.
that gave birth. But then in that time, if the baby was
Stillborn.
unwell,
Yeah.
well, I don't know about stillborn, she
Yeah.
never said, but unwell, she could call on Dr. Byrne in Moylough, and he would get the baby into June.
Okay.
Mostly
looked
it was
after.
June, yeah.
Yeah.
And Manny's the baby she brought in a shoebox.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she went to houses as well.
Yeah.
You know, to the local,
Local
ladies
women.
around. Yeah. But it says it there in the book, anyways, Emma. I think after maybe 53 or 54, all of us were born in hospital. I think after, you know,
Was the
53,
Grove and
54,
Tuam really
55,
was the
Grove,
local
yeah.
for here, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think everybody really was, nearly all were born
Yeah.
in hospital.
So just her
Mostly-
early years would have been...
Yeah, but then otherwise, if somebody was sick
Yeah.
or whatever, she would call out to them as well and take the temperature and nothing to do with
Postpartum,
midwifery.
say, after
Yeah,
postpartum, she'd go out and
She
check
would,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like the
it-
community nurse does now, I suppose.
Correct.
Yeah. Similar to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly,
She'd look after
yeah.
whatever needs they had or help them with
And
feeding
Father
them.
Murphy would always say, if there's any in the area, if there's anybody you think that could need our help, as in, you know, beds or clothes, or you tell me.
Okay.
And she would often go to Father Murphy and say,
Well,
you know, in the 50s.
Well, she's seen firsthand how hard the hardships.
Yeah. Whereas the priest couldn't go into the house, but Mammy certainly could.
Most people hadn't got much, you know, at that time. No.
But there was some poorer than others at the same time. Do you know
that needed more help.
That needed more help, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she would have seen some sights, I'd say.
Yeah, she did. She retired in 81. But before her retirement, really, you know, my memory of Mammy, like, really what she didn't have to go out all that much.
Yeah.
You know? And she just got paid then for what she did. She got a salary each year, which was, I suppose,
a basic salary.
Really, you know?
Yeah.
And then she got a payment for the
visits
that
she'd done.
Visits
I know what you mean. It was like a standard money every week, and then if she went out and did a bit more, then she'd add on to it.
Yeah. And she made she had a few nursing friends, one in Newbridge, one at Dunmore, who started in the district area in County Galway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were those ladies' names?
One was Rita Crahan.
Okay.
In Newbridge.
She was in Newbridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other was Mary Connolly, Connly, in Dunmore.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they were all the go-to women.
Yeah, they did the same job, and they were friends. They're all dead and gone now. They were friends to the death. Yeah. They just stayed friendly.
But now, when she had you, like, did she keep up the work, or would she have taken a small time out?
No, she kept up the work.
Kept the work.
Yeah, she kept up the work.
Wasn't she nice?
She was, yeah.
Coming home to do her job here
and
as
out
well.
on the bike.
And could have been out all night to come home.
Yeah.
Great women.
She did, yeah.
Weren't they fabulous?
Yeah, fabulous. Fabulous.
And your dad then, would he have worked a farm or?
No, Daddy, after leaving national school, he was living in Mount Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he cycled into Tuam, and he worked in Canavans and Tuam, and not a couple of places now, I have forgotten the names of the shops. As he says himself, serving his time in the drapery business.
Oh, brilliant.
And the bar business. And then they got married, renting in Moylough, could afford a car, had, say, 3 children before buying the shop.
Yeah. And it all took off from there.
The last 2 children born in the shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that brilliant?
And
they're a great story, really.
Great stories.
And what year would they've got married now?
Got married in 52.
52. So she was still literally only trained and getting her job in here.
Yeah, and not back all that long from England.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Daddy never left Ireland.
Never left
Ireland, would not travel. And Mammy would travel the world.
She'd go anywhere.
Absolutely did.
Poles apart.
Yeah.
And she's great. And now her daughter has kept up the nursing.
Yeah.
Is there any more of you done nursing, or is it just
my daughter?
Your daughter, her granddaughter.
Yeah.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
She had a lovely life.
She had a good life.
Yeah.
And she got
and
TB.
Longevity.
Yeah. She got TB. Otherwise, she was in Merlin Park for 2 months. You know, we were all young. But otherwise, she had wonderful health.
So that TB would have been in 60s. Would it 70s?
No, mid to late 50s.
Mid to late 50s she had. Yeah,
TB.
It was, and that's why Merlin Park was done, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they built that purpose-built
place
there for it.
At that time, yeah.
But sure, it was our nursing that did it. Sure, she was minding people that were sick. And more than likely.
Hadn't the resilience to fight it.
Not at all, she wouldn't.
Yeah,
and antibiotics and all that weren't there now or anything like that.
No,
so you had to do it yourself, really.
That's right.
So that's brilliant. She had a great and full life. And thanks for talking to us, Mary.